learning coaches and students, welcome back to Literature and Comprehension. I'm going to continue to work in Unit 20, Help Yourself and Others, and today we will be doing Lesson 3, which is entitled Review, and we're going to continue to work with our magazine article, Germs, Our Unwanted Guests. At this point, you need to gather the following materials. You will need your Language Arts Lesson Guide. We will be on page 437 in the Literature and Comprehension portion of the lesson guide. You may also use the online version of the lesson guide. You will also need your K-12 magazine entitled K-12 World. Our Busy Bodies, this is where our magazine article is located on page 20. You will also need your Language Arts Activity Book, and today we will be doing page 61 in the Language Arts Activity Book, and you will also need crayons and pencils for your students. So I will pause while you get those materials ready, and then we'll get started with the lesson. Now that you have all your materials, we'll get started. I am showing you here on the screen the online version of the lesson guides. You may choose to use this instead of the book. Learning coaches, if you are continuing this lesson on the same day that you did lessons 1 and 2, you do not need to reread the article to your student or go over the new words. But if you are doing this lesson on a separate day, you need to go back and reread the article, Germs, Our Unwanted Guests, and you also need to go over the new words that are highlighted in bold in the article. The new words are cells, germs, microscope, and white blood cells. You want to make sure that your student understands these words. Everyone, before you begin the activities, you need to have your student retell you the article. You want to make sure that they were comprehending what you were reading to them, and this is a great way to see if they did comprehend the article by having them retell it in their own words. Now today we're going to be looking at the pictures and the different headers in this article and talking about them and seeing how they help your student understand the story. So boys and girls, I'm going to be asking you some questions. I'm going to be having you open up this magazine here and look for different pages and look at pictures and headers on the page and asking you some questions. Learning coaches, the possible answers here are highlighted in pink. So we're going to start on page 22. So take your article, and if you will turn to page 22, and learning coaches, this would be a great time just to let your student locate page 22. Once you're on page 22, boys and girls, we're going to be looking at this picture. What does this picture show? Look at this picture on page 22 and tell your learning coach what you think this picture shows. If you told your learning coach it was a picture of germs or how germs look under a microscope, you are correct. That is a picture of germs and how they would look under a microscope. Now we're going to turn to page 24. So we'll look for page 24. I'm on page 24. And I want you to look at this heading on this page right here. It says germ fighters. Say this after your learning coach. Germ fighters. What do you think this part of the article is going to be about? Based on that header, germ fighters. What do you think it's going to be about? Tell your learning coach what you think. If you told your learning coach that this part of the article that is going to talk about things that help fight germs, you would be correct. Now let's look at this picture here. This is a kind of a funny cartoon picture. And this right here character is representing germs. And this character right here is representing our white blood cells. What do you think this picture shows? It shows a germ holding up a bank. What do you think it means? What do you think this picture shows? It shows how germs rob your body of food and energy. Just like this cartoon character is going to rob this bank, germs rob your body of food and energy. They're not very nice. Okay, now we're going to look at page 25. Let's look at this page 25. Okay, we look right here. We see the germ that's got the rope around it. And we see the white blood cell. It's got his hat on. It's got a sheriff's badge on it. What caught the germ? Here's our germ, and it's been caught. Tell your learning coach what you think caught the germ. What is this character representing? If you told your learning coach that this is a white blood cell and that is what caught our germ, you are correct. And so what is this picture telling us? Tell your learning coach, what do you think it's telling us? It's telling us that white blood cells, which is represented by this character right here, fight germs. Okay, that's it captured this germ. So white blood cells fight germs. All right, let's look on page 26. Looking on page 26, let's look at this heading right here. It says, stay germ free. What do you think we're going to read about in this part of the article? Part of the article that says, stay germ free. Tell your learning coach, what do you think this is going to be about? If you told them that we're going to find out about ways to keep germs from making us sick or ways to keep germs away from us, you would be correct. Let's look at this picture. Let's look at this picture of this girl on page 26. What is she doing? Tell your learning coach, what is she doing? If you told your learning coach that she is sneezing or coughing into her elbow, you would be correct. Why is she doing this? Your learning coach, why do you think she's doing this? And you may have heard your learning coach tell you to do this, to sneeze or cough into your elbow. She is doing this to keep germs from getting into the air. Okay, let's look at page 27. Page 27. Here's page 27. We're looking at this picture right here. Why is there a picture of someone washing his or her hands? Why would this be important in our article about germs, our unwanted guests? What is this showing? Tell your learning coach, what is this showing by washing our hands? If you said it shows how to keep from spreading germs, or it shows us how to get germs off of your body, you would be correct. By washing your hands with soap and water, that is a great way to get germs off of your body. Now, you need to locate page 61 from your Language Arts Activity book. And at the top of it, it says review. This is our lesson 3, review germs, our unwanted guests. And it says think, use the sink. Okay, you're going to color this germ-free, germ-fighting poster. Shows us how that we can fight germs. Think, use the sink, wash your hands. And it shows a picture of someone washing their hands and washing all the germs away. And it shows that we need to use soap and water. Tell your learning coach, why do you think it's a good idea that we wash our hands? Think about what we've talked about today. Why is it a good idea to wash your hands with soap and warm water? If you told them that it's a great way to get rid of germs, you would be correct. So right now, I want you to color this picture, color this poster, and then I want you to cut it out. And I want you to think about in your house where you could put this poster at. Tell your learning coach some good places that you could put this poster at. If you told them maybe in the bathroom or maybe in the kitchen, that would be those would be some great places for you to hang up this poster. Boys and girls, thank you so much for listening to our lesson today. This concludes lesson 3. At this point, you can go back and mark lesson 3 complete. Learning coaches and students, we have completed lesson 3. You can go to this portion of the lesson and you may mark lesson 3 complete. Thanks and have a great day.